I like that. I like that analogy. And, Joe, of course, everybody wants to know about your situation. I know you're in contract extension talks. Should we be confident that you'll be around here for a while?
Yes. I mean, I'm probably a very bad negotiator via radio interview, but listen, just what I just said. It's very attractive for me to work here for a lot of different reasons. Ownership, Stu, right down to Matthew and Andrew and Jerry and all the group that works upstairs, and then down into the field, our coaches, et cetera. Man, it's unique. It is unique. Believe me, because I just was in Dallas. You press the flesh with others. You listen to conversations, and gleaning from the conversations, you could tell how tightly knit the group is or is not. And believe me, we are tightly knit, and it is unusual and it's different, and it's great. So as we move down the road, yes, I want to believe I'm going to be here for a long time. I'm not an advocate of the grass being greener anywhere else. At the end of the day, it really comes down to philosophical differences or similarities. And when we began this several years ago, the similarities were tremendous. So, and they still are. So for me, hopefully I get a chance to be away for a long time.
Well, we do too, Joe, and I think we keep the brain trust together. I think you guys can obviously you've worked miracles with what you've been able to do in this division. So we hope that, and it certainly would be cost effective because you guys can stretch a buck in baseball better than anybody I've ever seen in my life. So
and it's fun, JP. I'm telling you, it's fun.
I know.
The names that we're talking about right now are kind of fun. There's a lot of room for growth. There's some folks that are trying to make a name for themselves, and you get these non-household names, you turn them into a household name. Even the youngsters on our team, I mean, Sean Rodriguez has attracted quite a following already from what he had done last year. Matt Joyce. These are guys like Matt a couple years ago was being just kind of a villain as the other side of the Edwin Jackson trade, and all of a sudden you can see why we did something like that.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoy this pure or grassroots form of baseball on a major league level. It's exciting. And it's exciting on an annual basis.
Well, and it's for me, and I think for a lot of Rays fans, it's much more fun to root for you guys. I mean, anybody can root for a $250 million payroll in the Yankees and the Yankees. To me, it's much more fun to root for the underdog. And when you guys succeed as you've had, the payoff is so much better for us as fans. And I'm talking as a fan now. It must be incredibly rewarding for you as a manager in a front office to be able to do what you've done.
It is. It really is. And to go from 2006 to 2008 and then 3 out of the last 4 from there to be in the playoffs, it is very gratifying. It is, and it also it's a validation of your work and what you believe in. And then on the backside where we are at right now, the point is to not get complacent, which we would not. We have not won our World Series yet, and we're looking forward to that, and hopefully many more. And the final point there, too, for me is people, again, always think I'm a little bit crazy, but my point, I've been wanting to grow this, we want to grow this into the latter day, this next century's Dodgers or Cardinals, or those groups are really born of development. The Pirates, I thought, did a great job for so many years. This is just the beginning, and it's hard to see 50 years down the road. Of course it is, but hopefully they're going to be riding back to this particular time in history, baseball history, where this franchise took hold and it was born of all these different principles and eventually turned into something very special. I really am, my vision goes that far.
It's so well said, Joe, and I think that's why, I'm so excited and want to champion this new stadium, because without it, we can't fulfill that vision. And I think it's so important for me and, to be able to take my kids to a baseball game is a treasure. I didn't have that growing up in Miami. We didn't have a team then, but to be able to do that with my kids, I really consider it, one of the keynotes of our local, of our economy and just our lifestyle. And that's why I love having you and all the guys around to do that. It's why I'd like to get these people behind this effort to keep the team here. That's why I think it's very, very important. I know you feel the same way.
I do. The ancillary benefits are tremendous, and I've often talked about how much I've embraced this community in this area, the entire Tampa Bay area. And for us, people have to understand that our intentions are very pure. This is about growing, like I was talking about, this really dynamic baseball organization. I think we're on our way to doing that right now, but it's very difficult to really get over that proverbial hump without eventually the necessary funding to do all that stuff. And it's been talked about. Everybody knows it. I'm not going to beat a dead horse, and I'm not trying to influence anybody. I'm just telling you the facts as they are. And so if we could eventually get that accomplished at some point in this area, my goodness, I think this area would absolutely buzz with that. And with that, I think that we'll be able to maintain our level of efficiency on the field, which should cause this to be a benefit for many years to come.
Hey, Joe, and also what the Marlins have done down there, what are your thoughts on them, and how does that affect you guys in any way, besides making Gabby Sanchez available? Maybe.
Well, it also indicates the impact of a new ballpark. I mean,
that too.
I mean, that's what it really means. They're not signing those guys without the potential come on the income generated by that yard. Everybody, I mean, again, that's just obvious. I think it's kind of interesting what they're doing. I mean, me and I was talking to Ozzie a little bit. Ozzie's a trip. And, of course, the players that they picked up are really good baseball players. But at the end of the day, I like the names on the backs of the Rays uniforms. I like our guys, regardless of how much money you put in their deposit in that paycheck on a bi-monthly basis. Our guys play the game well. They're good baseball players. And more than anything, I think we've created this system that permits David to be Goliath, and that's what we're all about. Yeah. So it's nice that these folks have been able to garner these big names. But in the meantime, I really dig the guys that we have, and I'm really looking forward to the spring training. I think you're going to see a really good race team in 2012.
Well, I'm excited to see what you guys have got in the bag there. You're talking about all these names that we'll be surprised to see. I'm excited about that, and I'm also – and we talk about this all the time in closing, Joe, is that, keeping a baseball team is not just about, going out to the games. It's having guys like yourself, James Shields. Back in the day, we lost the guy in John Lynch who went to another city, and we lost so much in the charity realm and all the things that his foundation did for the kids in this city. And that's why it's so important to keep people like yourself and, the guys, the Bucks and the Lightning and all that do such wonderful things. And Thanksmas is a big event tomorrow night at 717 South with our good friend Michael Stewart there and Joe Maddon. So come on out and support it. The celebrity bartenders. It's going to be a great night out there.
JP, thank you for having us on. I really, really appreciate it. Have a
anytime.
There. And looking forward to seeing everybody tomorrow night.
All right. I wish I could be there. Thanks, Joe. And thank Michael for me, too. I really appreciate it. There's Joe Maddon. All right, you too. Joe Maddon, manager of the Rays. Oh, I would love